What is the top challenge reported by leaders in the adoption of data science? There's one issue that has repeatedly shown up across the years, numerous surveys by McKinsey, Gartner. It's nothing to do with the technology or tools, it is organizational culture. In this session, we'll see how we can fix your organizational culture and promote data-driven decision making. Peter Drucker famously said that culture eats strategy for breakfast. You might have the best laid plans and a great analytics solution, but if your teams don't use it, it can lead to failure. Let's look at 5 tips that bring about a shift in culture, and we'll look at a very interesting case study. Step number 1, start with the leadership. Culture is like a leader's shadow, it keeps forming and it is unconsciously developing. When culture gets dysfunctional, it is the leader's responsibility to destroy those negative traits. A leader should not stop at funding but also show active involvement throughout the initiative. Number 2, identify change agents. Once the fire has been lit, who is around to kindle the fire? Identify champions, people who are passionate about data, who are great communicators, who can influence the rest of the organization. Number 3, improve data literacy. Make sure your teams can read, write, and converse in data. The root of all of these challenges is ignorance. Ignorance leads to fear, which in turn leads to resistance. So you need to run programs to educate. Don't view it as a training. Identify roles, run continuous workshops, and take it as an ongoing initiative. Number 4, promote information sharing. Data culture cannot thrive in an organization that has turf wars. Make sure you democratize data and insights. Start small by enabling access. Eventually, you can come up with a robust data governance plan, but take small steps towards it. Number 5, build a habit around data. Standard operating procedures and checklists can only take you this far. Eventually, you need to have people internalizing data for decision making. So, integrate insights into the business workflow. Make it easily accessible. Incentivize people to use it, and when people start adopting it, celebrate those early wins. Use storytelling to propagate the message across the organization. Let's now look at the case study. What is the main ingredient in Dominos Pizza? You might be surprised to find that it is data. In 2010, the organization was in deep trouble. They had harsh criticism from their customers, and it had all the challenges of a 50-year-old company in the restaurant business. Patrick Doyle took over as the CEO, and he gave permission to fail to their leadership and to their teams. So this unleashed innovation, and they set up structures to promote collaboration within the organization. Information started flowing freely, and they took several bold measures with data and analytics. For example, pizza tracker to predict when pizza would be ready, voice order using conversational AI, and Super Bowl 2019, a very bold campaign that uses deep learning and image recognition. So eventually, all of these led to data insights being used not just for external facing decisions, but also internally. And eventually, Domino's Pizza came to be called as a tech company that happens to sell pizza. The real testimony to this cultural transformation is the fact that long after Patrick Doyle stepped down as a CEO, all of these changes have sustained. As Albert Einstein says, you cannot change the world without changing your thinking. As organizational leaders, it is your responsibility to own the culture and bring about this change. Hope you found these 5 tips useful in taking your journey ahead. What are the challenges that you face, and how are you bringing about this transformation? Do share in the comments. Thank you.